Hello everyone, and welcome back to another episode from M. How 9's Fish Tanks, and welcome back again to the Fish Barn. Today we're going to take a look at some of the remodeling and the progress that I've made on the upstairs of the Fish Barn over the last few weeks. I'll do a quick tour of what's going on upstairs. Towards the end of the video, there'll actually be some footage of me doing some of the work that was required to get the upstairs to where it is today. There is still some more to go, but from this point I will give you a quick tour of what's going on upstairs. Okay, we are at the top of the stairs now. As you can see here, I have kind of alluded to these in some of my live streams, but we're here at the first 75-gallon tank. This pipe right here is going to be for the auto water change system. And as we head up the stairs, I'm going to turn around for just a second and show you what's behind me. So this over here, I did build some storage space here above the stairwell. So basically just some storage, some stuff I don't use very often, but still needed to keep it in here. So let's take a quick gander here through the upstairs. All right, so right now the upstairs, this tank is empty. I'm not sure yet what I'll put in it, but I will get that scaped and put together. The next tank over is another 75. That tank has the Mbuna from the Pseudotropheus acei and the Yellow Labs, as well as the Peacocks. So that tank used to be the 90-gallon downstairs. And then let's head over to the next tank, and I'll show you the fry in here. So you can see there's a whole slew of fry. I still need to aquascape these tanks. So I do have a bunch of rock outside right now that I can use to aquascape these. I just haven't gotten that far along yet. The next tank here is the Pundamelia nairi. And as you can see, those guys are all kind of huddled right there. So that's the third 75. All right, one additional thing I do want to show you guys about the 375-gallon system here is the filtration system. If you look here, down here I have the all three tanks are plumbed together. They are going into a tower with bioballs, and then there's the return pump. Here this drains for the auto water change system downstairs, so that will drain just outside. And then this tank is just a 10-gallon tank. So this is basically the filtration for all three of the systems. Also in here, there's some sponge filters in these for all three of these tanks. So you got plenty of filtration, plenty of water movement in here. I'm not done with the lights yet. I have to plug that last light in over there, but I do have the cover. This is basically drawer mat material. I have basically a board stuck onto the ceiling. On these tanks, they're not going to be really that planted, so I have these LE Power LED lights. They're 20 watts a piece, so they provide pretty good light. So I'm pretty happy with them. Some of the Amazon floodlight, I think they were like 25 bucks for two of them, or maybe they were like, yeah, I think they were about 25 bucks for two of them. So not a bad price. They've been working pretty good so far, so I'm pretty happy with them. Just to pan around for a minute, this is the clownfish setup that you guys have seen before. Nothing really new there. Walking further on here, I've now taken out basically everything out of this room. So in the past, this room was the workroom, and now I'm kind of going to make this into a little bit of a studio for when I do my live streams, and basically kind of an office space. And then I'm going to do along that wall, I'm going to do some more fish tanks. And then walking through here. Okay, so now back over in this wall, I do have the clownfish setup. So what I have here are two of the black round tubs. One of them has fry in it right now. The other one had the fry that I lost from the first Ocellaris run. And then heading over to the corner here, I did build a little rack for some smaller tanks. I do want to put some smaller tanks up here. I'm really thinking about moving the Gadiads and a lot of the live bears up here. And maybe some clownfish grow out, maybe even behind me here or over to the side. Plans are still coming with that, but for right now we do have this set up, and then I actually am going to get a computer over here and put some pictures on the wall back here and have this as a little live streaming space for me. So that concludes the tour of the upstairs. There's been quite a bit done over Thanksgiving weekend here. Still a little bit more to go. Well, that concludes the tour part of our video, but now let's get on to showing how some of this was actually built. All right, welcome back. We're doing another piece of this project right now. We're working on the 75-gallon tanks. So when I purchased these tanks, I found out all of the glass was tempered. I've actually found that out the hard way. 75s normally aren't tempered. Tried drilling it and got a bunch of glass. There'll be a picture here in just a moment of what happened with that. But yeah, so right now we're taking apart the tank, which we just did, and we're going to then put a new piece of plate glass into the back and get that all silicone back up, glued together, get the top put back on. So we'll check back in once I'm done with that. We now have the center braces back on. The sides are siliconed. So everything here now is good. We're going to let this dry for a few minutes, or sorry, for a few hours. Then we're going to work on drilling the back of it and getting it painted up. So that's it for now on this part of it. We'll check back in. We're going to work on some of the other projects in here right now. So we'll check back in a little bit. All right, we now have the 75-gallon completely sealed up. We painted the back and added the bulkhead. So we are in pretty good shape here. You see there's still some of the dust on it from the from drilling the glass in the back, but that tank is set up, and then we'll get it ready to go here in a little while. So we're gonna work on some other stuff on the other side for now, but we'll check back in a little bit later. Okay, we've now moved the clownfish buckets over here. The larval rearing containers are now moved over here, so that cleared out some space in the other room. And then also, if you go over here, we have the tanks that we showed a little bit earlier, and the air pump is now up here as well. So it looks like we've, for now anyways, gotten this moved over. I'm going to move the roticulture over as well, and then at that point I think we'll be all set for the moment. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this look at the fish barn and the progress we've made with building out the upstairs. With that being said, I would appreciate it if you enjoyed this content, if you would like, share the content, and as always, hit the notification bell. And as always, thank you for watching. Peace out.